This is the Educational Thinker presentation for Education 504. And my educational thinker is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was called the man of the people. He was born on April the 13th in 1743. Jefferson is best known for drafting the Declaration of Independence, but he also wrote prolifically and prophetically on education. One of his quotes was, "If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be," in a letter that he wrote to a friend. Jefferson understood that freedom depends on self-government, the cultivation of self-reliance, courage, responsibility, and moderation. Education contributes to both the knowledge and virtues that form a self-governing citizen. By proposing a bill in Virginia that would have established free schools every 5 to 6 square miles, Jefferson sought to teach all children of the state reading, writing, and common arithmetic. With these skills, a child will become a citizen able to calculate for himself, express and preserve his ideas, his contracts and accounts, and improve by reading his morals and faculties, according to Jefferson. Jefferson viewed this basic education as instrumental to securing life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all Americans. It helps an individual understand his duties and know his rights. Once taught reading and history, people can follow the news and judge the best way to vote. If government infringes on their liberties, educated citizens can express themselves adequately to fight against it. By providing equal access to primary schools, Jefferson hoped to teach children to work out their own greatest happiness by showing them that it does not depend on the condition of life in which chance has placed them, but is always the result of a good conscience, good health, occupation, and freedom in all just pursuits. While Jefferson supported the idea of public education, he would not have placed schools under government supervision. Instead, he argued for the placement of each school under the care of the most interested in its conduct, which were the parents. And according to his quote on parents, Thomas Jefferson said, "But if it is believed that these elementary schools will be better managed by general authority of government than by the parents within each ward, it is a belief against all experience. No, my friend, the way to have good and safe government is not to trust it all to one, but to divide it among the many, distributing to every one exactly the functions he is competent to," end quote. Thomas Jefferson also believed that taxpayers would provide the resources for public education. The community would arrange the schooling. So there was a dichotomy there, that he believed that the community that each child lived in, the taxpayers of that community would fund it, but it wouldn't go over into a governance of public school by the state or even federal government. Today, we spend more on a struggling education system than empowering the parents with the control over dollars instead of increasing the amount spent on schools with the educational outcomes. In closing, during his lifetime, Thomas Jefferson had little success with his efforts to reform the American system. And this is the critique that he had, because at the point that he was administering his education reform, we as a country were advancing to more of a governmental control of the public educational system, especially among young educational kids of the elementary school level. As he would say, and as we finish up with a quote, the principles he promoted hold true today. And this was his quote: "Our freedom depends on delivering a quality education to future generations that can rationally pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Thank you.